Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I don't think I've ever done a sit down video on this Cleaning the Chaos channel. I do lots on the House of Hunts channel, but today I wanted to talk about some expert cleaning tips that I have for you guys. And I actually have a problem with calling it expert cleaning tips because I'm actually not an expert cleaner, but I do clean a lot and I do have some tips that I want to share. If you guys watch my cleaning videos all of the time, I usually try to share a tip in each video, and sometimes I share a tip in multiple videos just because I really feel like it helps, or if it's something that I'm doing in the video, I'll talk about it. So definitely watch all the other videos, but I wanted to sit down here and share some tips that are off the top of my head that I feel like could really help others, and not many people maybe do this. The first tip that I have, and you guys are gonna laugh at me because it's something that I talk about, well, I guess I don't talk about it a lot here on this channel, but I talk about it all of the time on House of Hunts channel, is to have a cleaning schedule. I have a schedule for my life basically, but I have a daily cleaning schedule, a weekly cleaning schedule, and then a monthly cleaning schedule. And it really does keep me on task. It really helps me to not feel overwhelmed, and it really helps me to know that my house is in general clean. So if you guys want to see any of that, because I'm not really going to go into it right now, I have a video for all three of those things. I have a daily cleaning schedule video, a weekly cleaning schedule video, and a monthly one. So if you guys are interested in what I do, because now that I'm talking about it, it does sound a little daunting, but it's really, really simple. There are only a few things on the daily cleaning schedule, a few things on the weekly one, and a few things on the monthly one, and I kind of just pick which days I'm gonna do what. And obviously the daily I do every single day. The weekly, I have certain days of the week that I do those tasks. That way I know other days of the week I'm not cleaning very much. Maybe some days I'm only doing my daily cleaning, and then there's certain days where I do some of the monthly tasks as well. And I fill it out all in a calendar at the beginning of the month so I know exactly when I'm doing things, and it really helps me to not feel overwhelmed. So I definitely recommend a cleaning schedule. So I talked about this next tip, I think in my previous video, if not the one right before that, and it's to make, when you're cleaning your house, if you're doing like a pickup of your home, make piles so that you're not running around to each room. So I feel like there's a difference between cleaning and tidying up. So I'm talking about tidying up right now. So if you're thinking your house is a disaster, there's toys everywhere, the bed's not made, there's clothes on the floor, things like that, and you're walking around your house and doing like a really quick tidy up. I do that during the kids' quiet time right after lunch. I do one tidy, and then before bed we do a tidy as a family, or if I'm in a rush, I just do it myself. I go from room to room and just pick everything up, put everything in its place, which is another tip, have a place for everything. And that's how I get it done quickly. So let's say I'm in my bedroom. There's clothes on the floor, there's a Barbie somehow on the floor, there's a costume in here. Lots of things can get thrown around lots of places, especially if you have kids. Things get taken around the house and put in places that they don't belong. So instead of me picking up the Barbie doll and running over to Jane's room and putting it in its place, I finish my room up, and while I'm picking up my room and tidying my room, I make a small little pile. You can even bring like a basket around with you, and I put a pile of things that need to go in different rooms. So it doesn't matter if there's one thing that needs to go to Jane's room and one thing that needs to go up to the playroom. It all goes in one big pile. And then when I'm done cleaning this room, this master bedroom, I take the pile and I take it out of my room. That way I know my room is finished. I might find some things while I'm tidying up the rest of the house that need to come into my room. So what I do is I take my pile out of this room, I take it out. If it needs to go up to Jackson's room or up to the playroom, which are the only two rooms that are upstairs, I put it on the staircase. And then other rooms, I kind of just throw the things in. So the Barbie, I'll throw it in her room, it'll fall on her floor. Obviously if it's fragile, I don't throw it, but if it's a costume, you know, something, I just kind of throw it in. I don't really put it in its place. I know it sounds funny. Then I go to the next room. Let's say it's the living room. I'm folding blankets, putting them away, tidying up the pillows. I find some more things that need to go to a different room. I make a pile. Then I take it, and then it's time for me to go to Jane's room. So there's the Barbie that was in her room. and that I found somewhere else, and I clean up her room, tidy her room. Let's say I find something in her room that actually needs to belong to my room, which doesn't hardly happen, but let's just say hypothetically, I take that thing, and since my room is already done, when I'm done with Jane's room and I take the pile out of her room, I will come in my room and put it in its place. Obviously, I'm not gonna throw it in here because I've already tidied up this room, but if it hasn't been tidied yet, I just wait till I get to that room. I hope that makes sense, but that's how I clean, and it helps me clean super duper fast, or tidy, I should say, super duper fast. Another tip that I have that I feel like might be common sense, but if it's not, I don't want to make anybody feel bad, but I did mention it in a cleaning video one time, and I had lots of comments that said, oh, that's really smart, or I didn't think of that, or wow, yeah, that makes sense. And it's to clean from top to bottom. I have heard of people saying to clean from left to right or right to left as well. That way you're not like all over the place, but I like to clean from top to bottom. So not gonna share my entire weekly schedule like I said, but once a week I do dust all surfaces of my house, and then I vacuum all of the bedrooms. There's a different day where I do like out where we have hardwood floors. So I do all of that on Monday, and the reason I do both of those in the same day is because they kind of go hand in hand. If you think about dusting or wiping things down, you have a cloth, you have some sort of spray, or you have a duster. You're dusting things off, and the kids are moving chairs. I don't know what they're doing. Most of it you're hoping comes off on your microfiber cloth or whatever you're using, but some of it does fall to the ground, especially if you're using a duster. There's dust flying all around. It's gonna settle back down onto the floor. Or if you're thinking about like when the kids, after they eat lunch, you don't wanna vacuum up the crumbs all underneath their chairs and then wipe down the counter and crumbs fall back on the floor. The common sense is to wipe the counter first. That way the counters and everything are clean and everything fell to the floor, or if some things did, then you can vacuum them up. So same thing. So I do those on the same day just because when I picture it in my mind, sometimes you can't see the dust, but if you're thinking about it, you're wiping your counters, you're wiping surfaces, you're wiping down fixtures and things like that, and the dust is falling down to the ground. Yes, I do live with dirty carpets, but just the thought of all of that going down to the ground and then not vacuuming it up right away really just gives me the heebie-jeebies. So then I vacuum right after that. So that's what I do Mondays, but if you think about it, like I said, when you're cleaning off the counters or anything like that, you just want to start from the top to bottom. Let's say you're deep cleaning your master bathroom. You want to make sure that you're cleaning up those light fixtures first. The dust's gonna fall down to the mirror or down to the sink. And if you already cleaned the sink, you're like, dang it, now I gotta wipe it again. So you just want to make sure you're going from the top to bottom. Another cleaning tip that I have, which is gonna be kind of hard to explain, is to multitask. And I'm actually, I was gonna say terrible at multitasking, but I do like to multitask so that I can get things done. I like having a to-do list every single day. I think I've shared before on my House of Hunts channel how I plan my days, I plan my months out. Again, with the schedule thing, guys, it's just like an OCD thing for me. But to have a list really helps me because then I can multitask. I can look at my list and know like, oh, I need to empty out the dishwasher, and I also need to clean the bathroom today, or I really need to cook something in the crock pot. So I'll clean the bathroom really quick, and then I will be in the kitchen cooking the kids lunch, and I'm like, oh, let me just go put something in the crock pot while I'm in the kitchen. Oh, I forgot I need to empty out the dishwasher. Let me do that. If you have a list, you can know things that you can do together. Like if you're in one room, I can put all the things in the crock pot and empty out the dishwasher at the same time while the kids are eating. I can talk to them while they're eating, things like that. This has nothing to do with cleaning, but we try to like go over flashcards and stuff while the kids are eating because I have them sitting down in a quiet spot and they're having their lunch or their breakfast, and we can go over flashcards. There's different things where you can multitask. You're not having to do one thing at one time, if that makes any sense at all. Another multitask thing that comes to mind is when my kids are taking a bath at night or during like our evening routine. Obviously, I'm having to help them bathe. My kids are 3, 4, and 6, so I still kind of help, especially washing the hair and stuff like that. So I'll stick them in the tub, and that's when I like to tidy around the house, because I know that they're not making a mess somewhere else, and I can tidy up real quick, go in, wash their hair, let them play a little bit more, go upstairs, undo their beds, get them ready for to get in the beds, things like that. I'm not just sitting in the bathroom with them as they're taking a bath and playing and wasting time and having to do all of the other tidying once they get out, things like that. So I would definitely try to think, like, when you're doing one task, is there something else I can be doing in the same area, or is there something else I can be doing to help get those things checked off my to-do list? My last cleaning tip has kind of something to do with a schedule or a to-do list as well, and that's just to set your day up for success. And this can be obviously in general too, not just for cleaning, but let's take for an example, on Thursdays, I like to clean all of the bedroom sheets. We have 4 bedrooms. And so that's a lot of sheets, between comforters and sheets and pillowcases and blankets that the kids use, things like that. So if I don't start the sheets right away in the morning, most likely I will not get them done throughout the day, because we're going to dance, we're going to school, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're not always home. The washer takes about 45 minutes. The dryer sometimes takes longer, especially if I'm cleaning like comforters and things like that. So I have to keep in mind how to get my day started. So again, with the list, what I'm saying is the night before, I always make my to-do list the night before. That way I know what is on my cleaning to-do list. If it's something quick, like I need to vacuum the stairs, that takes 5 minutes. I don't need to plan that out. If I have 5 minutes while the kids are watching TV, I can vacuum the stairs really, really fast. If it's something like deep clean the bathroom, I know that that's gonna take at least an hour. So I need to plan that out with our busy schedule. Same with the sheets. Like I said, I have to get that going. I have to stay on top of it. So having it on my to-do list, constantly coming back like, oh, sheets, I gotta, you know, sometimes we can forget when things are in the washing machine. So especially with our dryer, I have to start the dryer like more than one time. And so if I forget, then things are sitting in the washer and then we run out of time. So really setting your day up for success. Sometimes if there's a lot on my to-do list, I will even make like sections, like what are the things we have to do out of the house and what time do we have to be there. Then I have the section of all of my cleaning things. That way I'm like, we're gonna be out of the house most of the day today. I need to figure out when I'm doing these cleaning things. All the activities and stuff that I try to do with the kids as far as like schoolwork with Jackson and Piper during the day, I like to at least do 30 minutes twice a week with them, which doesn't even sound like a lot, but I try to squeeze that in. I wanna do it at a time where I know that they're not gonna be crazy or super tired. So really just setting your day up for success can help you get those things done on your cleaning list for the day. So that's it for my expert tips today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I do have a few more tips that I can share with you in another video if you guys are interested, or if you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, I usually share tips again during my actual cleaning videos. If you guys watch those, then you'll get tips then too. If you guys have some expert tips, leave them down in the comments, or if you guys use any of these tips that I'm talking about today, I'd love to hear about it. Thank you guys so much for watching always, and we'll see you in the next video.